OYO State, a man named Alfa Ahmed allegedly killed his grandfather and uncle for money ritual. The attack occurred in Apete, Ido Local Government Area, with the grandfather being visually impaired and the uncle in poor condition. The police have confirmed the incident and are investigating the updates to follow. This is disheartening. It's a serious problem in our society, the level at which youth are so eager to be wealthy, to have money today. And you know that a lot of them are engaged in different dubious activities that are not criminal acts. And then we have seen here in OYO State where a boy used the uncle and also the father for money rituals. Do you think that social media has a lot of measures contributing to the growing desire for wealth among youth? Can you hear me?
Yes, I lost you for a moment.
Okay, so, I'm saying that.
Please take the question again.
Yeah, I'm saying the rate at which youth are so eager to be wealthy these days is really alarming. And I'm wondering whether there are economic challenges and uncertainty that push these young people into seeking wealth more aggressively in our society today.
I really do not believe that it is about economic challenges. First of all, when we look at the age brackets of those who are involved in this sinister act, they are basically young ones. People who should still be, people who are just leaving secondary schools, people who are just, who should still be in maybe 100 level or 200 level, studying one course, one tertiary institution or the other. What economic hardship are they facing? Are they responsible for their own upkeep at this period, at that age? They have parents who are taking up those responsibilities. So I think for me, it is about we have lost value as a society. And it also goes to tell the kind of children that parents are raising nowadays. It's also the attitude again of the parents at home. If a parent feels it is all about material well-being and everything is speaks or says around the child, it's prosperity, how to make money without working, that child has the tendency to develop this kind of attitude and go into this kind of sinister acts. And again, like you mentioned, social media. You see, sometimes I sit and I watch a lot of things on the social media and I see even our celebrities, what are they promoting? Flaunting of wealth on social media. Somebody who is just 20-something years old, we hear a small person with big God buying a house, 300 million, 200 million, flaunting it on social media, buying cars, 50 million, 70 million, 100 million, flaunting it on the social media. That is a challenge. The young ones are learning and are picking from all of these things. And then they feel that it is normal. No matter your age, make money. That is what society appreciates. That's what society applauds. Anyhow, make money.
Mr. Boti.
Use Benz. And that is why we need to curtail all of these excesses.
Mr. Boti, you are not far from the truth, talking about how celebrities are flaunting their wealth on social media. But is that an excuse for a young man to use his father and uncle for money rituals and flaunting wealth online? Did they also tell the youth that they are using their parents or anybody at all for money rituals? Is that an excuse for someone to engage in this kind of criminal activities?
It is it is never an excuse. One is the fact that we are only looking at factors that are driving some of these desires. However, the fact remains that the youth of nowadays have become so lazy, quick money, get rich quick without working, use Benz without having a legal or legitimate source of livelihood. That is one of the challenge. And this challenge can be tied to loss of value in our society. What do we value? What do we appreciate? And when I say loss of value in our society, what are the parents also encouraging? If I have a child of 22 years who does not have a legal means of life, a legitimate source of livelihood, and drives home a car, how do I treat such child? And that's what issues. You discover that most parents welcome such child, embrace them, even go about singing praises of that child. And that is the value we have lost in the society. And that is why we see our young ones going into this instance. It is terrible. The fact that, in fact, not even using human being, the fact that you are even engaging a ritual means of making money is repulsive and should be condemned. But because the society seems to be lighter on this issue, the society seems not to frown at it. And that is why we are seeing the proliferation of this kind of acts among our young ones. And we need to reclaim that value. Some of us, we knew how we grew up. Even when our parents do not have, we go about doing menial jobs to support our parents, not thinking of rituals, not thinking of quick money elsewhere. Because we know that there's a certain amount of money you can take home that my mother will welcome you.
Okay,
so that is the
Mr.
kind of
Bossy,
thing that we need to return back to the society. We need to reclaim our value. We need value reorientation on our youth. And that will help.
All right, Mr. Botsy. Now, whenever this issue of criminal activities come to the open, looking at the factors contributing to this, people often start with social media, talking about societal norms. Yes, it is good that you have mentioned family, which is a small unit of the state. And then you also said something that when you were young, you know how you were brought up. And then looking at this generation, that is as though the societal influence is more than that of the family. What do you think that parents should do to be able to inculcate values into their children of nowadays that social media has almost taken over?
Parents have a lot to do. Like you mentioned, you see, nowadays, training goes beyond the kind of trainings we receive at home again. In our days, growing up, there's nothing like social media. You don't even have access to anything. Even television to watch is regulated. But today, you see a child of 16-year-old. It is the father or the mother that will go and buy iPhone and give to the child. And without regulating what the child does on the phone or on the social media. The social media has become a breeding ground for corruption, for parties, and for all manners of criminal acts. As far as, yes, it has its good parts, no doubt. But in the areas of regulating or inculcating good habits, it is not regulated. And the parents nowadays seem to be too busy that they do not even regulate what their children do online. They don't even know. And these are the issues. When parents fail to pay adequate attention to their children, should play more, you do more than just providing child or children with basic needs. It is also about paying attention on them, monitoring them, regulating what they do on social media.
All right, so let's look at the next story for today.
We need to do all of this so that we can be able to bring them back and reinculcate the real value that will make them a better person and take them away from this destructive path that many of them are going into. So parents have a lot of role to play. If parents fails in their roles, then the social media will help them, and they will help them by destroying the child, including our societal fabric. And that is one of the issues that needs to be concretely looked at when we want to address this kind of sinister acts in our society.
All right, thank you so much. And then the next story for today is